Were you about to say apatu?
What?
Okay, we have been addicted. But I do need to tell you about something that I saw the other day. This was a video that was going viral, and I saw a brief clip where someone was trying to translate for me and it wasn't making sense. So I sent it to our Chinese researchers because I was like, I need to know what the fork is happening. Even just by watching the body language, watching the way that everybody is reacting, I can't figure it out. This is the video. I'm going to explain it to you. During the 2023 Chinese New Year, so this is early 2023, they have these event spaces that everyone can book, and it's for a few weeks. Everybody, every company, every family, every church, every community is hosting a Chinese New Year festival, and it's like a huge gathering. It almost looks like a wedding hall. You've got a stage, you've got music playing, you've got MCs, hosts, you've got everybody getting served scallops at their tables. This is one of those. And in this building, the door slams open and a woman rushes to the front of the stage, and she is decked out in this velvet gray tracksuit. And on top of it, she's wearing what appears to be a Louis Vuitton coat.
Wow.
Yeah. And she's very pretty. She looks maybe 30, okay? And she screams, I am under personal threat. If you don't see me after today, I am dead.
Damn.
I was like, oh my goodness, this is not a Mott's. Like, this is crazy. What's happening, okay? And she's elbowing the staff that's trying to grab her to take her off the stage because, I'm sorry, ma'am, I don't care what's happening today or tomorrow. This is not your event. And she's screaming, all of you must testify on my behalf. Before she can even finish speaking, staff are still intervening her, stopping her, trying to get her off the stage. Whoever's behind the DJ booth, they're boosting the music up. They said, happy music, 100. They said all the way up, I'm just gonna move my finger, okay? She's upset by this. She's unwilling to back down. She turns around immediately and points at the stage, just yelling at people, screaming. And then she pushes her way back onto the stage. She's attempting to grab the microphone from the host. She's blocked by organizers. It feels like I'm watching an NFL game. This is my version of sports. This is the type of sports that I watch. Chaos is ensuing. People are getting shoved and pushed. And she can't get the microphone from the host. She just starts yelling into the crowd, I have evidence! Charles Huang said if I can get the evidence, he'll self-exit.
What?
What the fork is going on? Before she can even speak more, now they're trying to physically take her off the stage. At one point, it looks like they're about to pick her up and levitate her. She wiggles her way out of her Louis Vuitton coat and she screams, okay, today, the music goes louder. And her LV coat slips completely off and unintentionally reveals her very well-proportioned figure. She's got an hourglass shape, looks like a Coke bottle, honestly. This becomes important later. I'm not just objectifying her, okay? And she's just standing there in like her gray tracksuit, but like body banging. Body banging, good for you. Finally, 4 people half push, half pull her like a little lobster ready to get grilled off the stage. And once she's off, now she can finally hear what a few men... Okay, I will describe the people sitting. Half of them continue to eat. Half of them stop mid-chew, staring at her. Some of the waiters are even stopped serving mid-scallop, just staring at the commotion. A handful of men, I would say one in particular, is standing up to scream back at her. And I thought they'd be screaming like,
shut up, you're weird, what are you doing? What do you mean? Who are you talking about?
Right? But they just tell her, you're in the wrong room. Next door. Next door. Go next door. This ain't the room. Go next door. Wrong event. And she literally stops yapping right away. Her face is like, you know when you're wrong and it's so obvious you're wrong, but you still want to be angry because, I don't know, dignity, right? That's her. She's like, And then she just storms out of there. She storms. Her shoulders are like fluffing back and forth. How can you be wrong and angry? That's crazy to me, okay? And they're just screaming, go next door, go next door. And she's like, next door? I fucking will go next door. Like, that's her energy. It's crazy. She grabs her jacket, like rips it off the guy, and it's like, charges out the door. And yeah, turns out she does go next door, and she screams up on the stage for another 20 minutes. Then she lays down on the floor and starts screaming some more for another 10 minutes. And then eventually the cops are called. Okay, now there's so many questions. So many questions. What is this woman so upset about? Who is threatening her? By the way, this is in California at a Chinese New Year event, but everybody's speaking Mandarin, right? But this is in California. Who's threatening her? Attendees of the second event are saying, I have no clue what's going on. This is what she said. It was like half an hour. 10 police officers had to escort her away. And everyone online was like, wait, who is she saying? Charles Huang said something about evidence? Who's Charles Huang? I can tell you this right now. He's a billionaire. And this case is about to get so bizarre. My husband and I have been together for 10 years, and I thought I was a 1D type of girl. And turns out I am not. There is another secret second D in my life that my husband introduced me to. So it just makes everything better, worse. I don't know. It's up to you. But it just helps me take care of things and protects me in a way that my husband can, but maybe might be too time consuming. That is delete me. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wow, that's like took a different turn. I thought this was going somewhere else, but okay.
It's delete me. I need delete me in my life. I'm not even joking. The fact that delete me helps protect me and helps protect both of us and has been for years is like the best part. You guys know when you're online shopping and they offer you 20% off your order if you sign up for emails and text messages. I can't resist the 20% off. I always fall for it, and I always end up with random text messages, spam emails, and worse, the data brokers get more information on me. And if you didn't know, data brokers are corporations that literally just crawl on the internet searching for your private information and eventually sell your profile alongside your personal contact information. The profile may consist of things like your driver's license number, passport number, social security number, any personal identifying data that someone could buy or steal your identity with. They could rack up credit card debt in your name, plummet your credit score, get into your bank account, steal your identity, which is why I don't shut up about Delete Me. I tell everybody about it. Here's how it works. Okay, Delete Me is a hands-free subscription service, meaning all you have to do is sit back and relax while Delete Me's in-house privacy experts remove your personal information that's being sold online by data brokers. So your phone numbers, addresses, age, legal name, photos, emails, old addresses, relatives, social media accounts, marital status, and more. Delete Me does it all themselves. Their only focus is online protection and effective personal information removal. They are US headquartered. They don't send out your removal requests to other partners when you work with Delete Me. You are working exclusively with Delete Me, which is a big deal. However, for all of my international viewers, don't worry. Delete Me is actively expanding their services to other countries around the world, and they have international plans available as well. Delete Me truly believes in your right to own, manage, and remove your personal private information for everyone. Get 20% off Delete Me US consumer plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/bis20 and use promo code BIS20 at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/bis20, code BIS20. And thank you, Delete Me, for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into it. When this video goes viral, everyone is like, who is that woman? Okay, before we even get to the billionaire, we need to know who she is because the connection isn't sensing. It doesn't make any sense. What is she screaming about? So they find her, and this woman's name is Sunny. She used to be a Pilates instructor, but eventually she decided to explore the age-old philosophical question that even the Stoics could not solve. Is 12 inches ethical?
What?
We are talking about a man's hard drive.
Hi girls， 我是 Sunny， 欢迎搭乘妮妮幸福快车，车速快，系好安全带。
She has videos on YouTube, and she says, if your connection with your partner is not there anymore, no matter how skillful a man is, useless. If your skill is there, but your hardware is not there, you can still make it work, even if your hardware is not performing. I'm gonna teach you guys how to bare hand measure a man's hard drive.
关系不到位，技巧再好都白费。技巧很到位， 硬件不够也能往上凑一凑。
Wait. What? Wait, hold on. She's posting this on YouTube?
Yeah.
So she's a YouTuber.
Yeah, but in Chinese.
Oh.
So all of this is in Chinese. I had it translated, and the Chinese researcher is like, I'm so scarred. And I'm like, me too.
And what did she just say exactly? Hard drive what?
Yes. So she's talking about how it's all about, it's not really about the size of a man's banana, his hard drive,
Okay.
his hardware.
It's not about size. Got it.
It's not about the size of his water bottle, his Stanley cup, his
It's about what? Surprise?
Wait, what is it?
no, let me explain what she says. By the way, she's holding a whip during all of this. Like just casually. Like you know how YouTubers have props? Like they'll have a spatula with a microphone attached to the spatula.
Like your nose stick?
My nose stick. Hers is a fucking whip. It's a crop.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's just casually holding it, flinging it around. And then eventually she brings a banana onto the screen and it's a whole joyous time, yeah.
为什么我拿香蕉？因为香蕉有营养。
And she says, ever since back in the day, our women's chest sizes from A to Z, everyone can see it. You know, it makes us having to hide it, squeeze it, tuck it, conceal it. But why are men's private parts so private? If we want to figure it out, we have to use random myths and theories. And she goes on to list all the myths, you know, 3 thumbs. That's what they say. Grab a man and say, show me your thumb, bitch. And then add up 3 of them. And they say that's...
Don't be doing it right now. That's crazy.
So they say 3 thumbs. And then she says, bigger the nose, the bigger the hard drive. They say from elbow to wrist is your foot. And then from your foot, it's like minus a few inches. It's like a whole thing, okay? She says we're looking at nose sizes, shoe sizes, hand sizes, height, feet sizes. We're looking at everything. I actually have a tip on how to figure out a man's private size before.
Is this you or from her?
No, me.
Oh,
I
you.
have a tip, yes.
You, okay.
It is
Wait, so this is all her or?
all the myths, she's ranting about it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just telling you, this is how you know a man's size. You ask them directly to their face, their size. Don't do this at work. Because you will go to HR and then you can't be like, see, I watched this YouTuber. It's a whole thing. You know, they're not going to want to hear that. Do this consensually. You ask them what their size is. And then you subtract like 4. 4 inches, yeah. And then sometimes
That's
if they...
negative.
Yeah. If they talk a really big game, you're like subtracting a 5. And she says, truth is, all of these myths are not real. I will tell you how to measure it. Now, Stephanie is saying the only drawbacks of Sunny's way of measuring a man's hardware is that you have to be in the same room as him. He has to have his pants off, and you have to be kind of like holding it.
What?
So, you know how like all the other myths are like 3 thumbs, look at his hands. Sunny says none of those work. The only way that works is like you got to grab your hand and like you got to use your hand to measure. I genuinely...
Like with a ruler and everything?
Yes, I genuinely don't understand the purpose of this video because I'm like, who's doing this? Who is doing this? It's not for the girlies because it's like, if I'm already seeing it, it's too late. You know, I saw it. But she says, I'm going to show you how to measure with a banana. And
With a banana?
Yes, don't do as Sunny says because they will know you're measuring. Like, it's not even casual. She says, let me show you 2 hand gestures. One is this, ding. And she's pointing at her. A finger gun. She got finger guns. She said, this is for length. And then she said, ding. An okay sign. She said, this is for girth.
Okay.
This is the same woman who says, I'm dead tomorrow if you don't help me. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to put the dots together here. So the myths are myths, but her methods, you just need 2 finger symbols and you're good to go. Okay. So she usually says from your index, like there.
From what?
Like your index finger. From the starting point of where your thumb ends. You know, that little web.
Yeah.
To the end nail of your index finger. It's about 3.9 inches. She says, so you just, you know that little web where your thumb is? You just put that at the tippy top of the hard drive. And then you, ding, see if it's longer than your index finger. You go, ding. And she's doing this so serious while holding a whip. So please, be serious. Don't laugh. It's very serious. And if it's longer than the index finger, she says enough, okay? If it passes the middle finger, great, but still enough. That's all you need, really. All you need is an index finger of length.
超过你的食指其实就已经很标准了。如果还超过你的中指，够用了。
She said for girls' pleasure, length actually ranks the last. You know what's second to last? Girth. She says you girth it, overlaps, not good enough. If your fingers are overlapping, not the best. Okay, index finger to thumb. Overlap? No. Because she's saying that the diameter of a girl's croissant is only about a little less than an inch. As long as you can still kind of hold it, that's a good okay sign. That's okay, you know? Length, measurement, those are very important. But she says, you know, men always forget the most important thing, and that's the rockiness, the hardness of the hardware.
最重要的不是长度，也不是粗度，而是硬度。
She says you have to at least be able to have enough hard in your hardware to go through the croissant. She says you
What
have
is going on
to
right now?
enter the croissant to let us know that you are here. That is the bare minimum. How can we know that you are here if you cannot enter through the front door? The bar is so low, okay? But Sunny says 2 inches is more than enough.
2 inches?
Yeah.
Really?
Sunny's standard for hardness is the harder, the better. And she says combining these 3 elements that we can conclude the hardness is greater than the girth is greater than the length. It's math, it's STEM. And she says, but if you were a man and you just measured and you were shorter than 2 inches, well, I have options for you. 1, you can fly to France and get an enlargement surgery. They have the best in France. It's the country with the highest rate of enlargement surgeries. Another option is to come to the United States and find Sunny. She doesn't explain exactly what she's going to do with these men that's less than 2, but Sunny claims that she can help them, quote, increase length, girth, and hardness. Oh, yeah.
Wait.
Yes.
She's a YouTuber?
She's a expert in hardware. She said she used to be a Pilates instructor. And then all these girls were talking about how Pilates was giving them that gorilla grip. And she was like, what are you saying? And they were like, you don't know? You don't know why I do Pilates? You don't know why I got a reformer? It's for the gorilla grip. And then she said, what? That's so strange. Then she looked online and she was like, that does make sense because you're doing your pelvic muscles and stuff. So then she ends up becoming a sex expert instructor. She creates videos and writes articles about how women can achieve maximum happiness in areas of the house that you do things in. So she even creates this whole math equation, the female pleasure formula, to explain how women receive maximum pleasure during the process. And it's this. Formula equals lust and love times parentheses hardness plus duration plus skill plus explosiveness plus girth plus length. Bruh, I don't even know how to do that.
What?
I don't know what, like, do I end up with an answer or a number? Like, do I end up with a you're doing good? Or do I end up with like 100 over 3? Like, what is the ultimate? I don't know. But she said, this is the formula. Now, according to Sunny, lust and emotional connections are prerequisites for all of this. And she just goes on. And she says, truly, it's all about the hardware and the skills. She says, skills are so important. Men should not be going in blind. Then nobody is going to have fun. This is how she describes it. She says, he has to have the strength of a, you know those drills that you drill into the ground?
That's a lot. That's like a drill, right?
Yeah.
Electric drill.
But like into the cement. Not like into the drywall, buddy. Into the cement. And then you got like a headache after. You gotta wear a hard hat. She says you gotta have the strength of a drill and the speed of a sewing machine. Otherwise,
What?
and then when we're so close to the finish line, your frequency per second has to last about 30 seconds. You have to maintain the of the sewing machine and the hardness of the drill for 30 seconds at least. Or else, get out the room.
Daniel.
Damn.
So what does she have to do with the billionaire? Why is she going to die? Why is she breaking in to these freaking convention centers having Chinese New Year festivities and screaming, I'm going to die, wiggling out of her Louis Vuitton coat? Who is Charles Huang? Charles Huang has nothing to do with what I thought he had to do with. For some reason, I mean, I said he's a billionaire. What do you imagine he's partaking in? I thought entertainment billionaire. Runs an entertainment. Maybe he owns a conglomerate of nightclubs.
BitConnect.
Huck to a coin. I don't know. Billions of dollars in an industry. He's a COVID tycoon. I'm like, what the fuck is a COVID tycoon? That sounds dystopian. It's very dystopian. He made billions of dollars during COVID selling COVID testing kits. Yeah.
It's from him.
It's from him. He's
Oh
a
my
guy
God.
from the village, went to Wuhan University, kept trying to make money, he made an investment group, like a VC Capital One venture but Connect. Bro, whatever. Okay, whatever. You fill in the blanks, okay? He made one of those investment firms and then he didn't have any investors. So then people were like, how do you have an investment firm without any investors? That's the whole point of an investment firm. So that was him for most of his life until COVID hit and he started selling COVID testing kits. They were like manufacturing COVID testing kits. Now, he's 19 years older than Sunny. And suddenly, he decides that he is going to hire this Pilates turned pleasure expert as the PR, the head of PR, public relations of his Pisaka Capital. That's the name of his capital, like venture fund.
So he runs a investment company.
Yes.
Right? He invests money into these
But
businesses.
most of his investments are in like medical supplies, like COVID testing kits. But then he hires this pleasure expert to be the head of PR. She has no experience in finance, investment, medical, or public relations.
So is this after her YouTube career?
This is like after her YouTube career, he hires her. He's like, hey, come be the head of PR at my investment firm.
Okay.
So then she gets hired. But people are like, there's no way that she just applied for the job and got chosen. She was probably Charles's private coach or instructor and then got hired for PR because he was like, the way you do the P to the everything is good. So he hires her because right after getting Sunny a job at his investment firm, a high paying job, Charles buys a row of townhomes. Because like that's what you do when you're a billionaire. You don't buy a singular townhome. You go and you see a whole neighborhood and you say, I like that one. The whole neighborhood. I would like to buy one of every single one of them. One in each color, please.
Parker Avenue.
Yes. He buys a whole row of townhomes. And he says, it's for employee living. You know, I'm going to house employees there. Sunny ends up moving into one of them. He even flew her to Wuhan University because there was like an alumni gathering. And they went together. So it's like, something is weird here. She does not seem to be the PR. But like, why is she screaming? So here's what we know. We know that she's a Pilates instructor turned pleasure instructor. Then she gets hired at this massive investment firm to be the head of PR. And then later on, she 2023 bursts into New Year celebrations to say, the billionaire that I work for, I'm gonna die. Now people are like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Is this billionaire going to kill her? So then they look more into this billionaire. He's actually a very charitable dude. That's all we could find online about him. Most of his stuff pre-Sunny is all about how much he donates. So he becomes a billionaire. He grew up with nothing in a small little village. He had no money. His family could only send one of their kids to school. He's the eldest son, so he gets chosen. And he pledged to donate $100 million to his alma mater schools. So he went to Wuhan University. I think he did grad school in the UK. So he's like pledging to give them tons of money. He's always donating. He donated to the Chinese hospital in New York. There's this huge hospital in New York that houses a lot of Chinese patients, and all the doctors speak Chinese, so it's great for people to go there. And he said, if Chinese people don't care about the Chinese hospital, then who will? So he was trying to set a precedent of Chinese investors and Chinese billionaires to donate to these types of establishments because everyone needs help. That's all we know about Charles, really, until 2023, Sunny bursts into the New Year's festivities and starts screaming. That's 2023. Nothing really happens out of that until 2024. So a year passes, Sunny doesn't die, nobody knows what's going on. Turns out, Charles reveals that he is going to be suing Sunny for extortion. This becomes a huge trial in the US. It's still ongoing, the whole legal proceedings, but it is revealed that from April to September 2022, they engaged in sex maybe 5 to 6 times. Charles and his hired PI representative, Sunny.
Okay.
He's saying, so I hired her, and during the time of her employment, we did it.
Okay.
We did it like 6 times. He tells the judge, okay, during this time, we were both attracted to each other for our own reasons. I was attracted to her for her body like a bottle figure.
Is that what he said?
He said attractive figure.
Oh, okay.
A body like a Coke bottle,
Okay.
glass bottle figure, and personality, of course. And Sunny was attracted to me for my money and my luxurious lifestyle. He's got a jet. COVID tycoon's got a jet. This is dystopian. From the very beginning, there was no love in our relationship, right? Because from the first time that they started having the intimate moments, he says that unbeknownst to him, he did not know this at the time, Sunny was secretly recording a lot of their intimate
Oh,
incidents.
that's wild.
Then near the end of 2022, they decide we're not boinking good enough. It's not working. The hardware is not connecting with the croissant. It's just not the vibe. It's not the vibe, right? And then he thought it was all good. He thought, it's fine. I gave her some money. We're doing great. We're being mature about it. But then January of 2023.
Did they break up or they just stop talking,
Yes.
stop hanging out? Okay.
January of 2023, he gets this random call from a couple from Nevada, like near Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada, named Li Hua Stearns and Xiaodong She. They're both Chinese. And they contact Charles and they say, we have something you need to see. Meet us at a Starbucks. So they meet at a Starbucks in Arcadia in Los Angeles, okay? And they sit down and they don't say that they were sent by Sunny. They don't say anything. They don't even say, we know Sunny, okay? They say, we have a video of you. And they slide over the file. It's like all happening in a Starbucks. There's like teenagers drinking pumpkin spice lattes right next to them. And this is all going down. And they're like, so many Chinese people here. Yeah, that's what's happening, okay? All we know about this couple is that the woman of the couple was arrested multiple times for sex work.
Okay.
She has no other record. She tried to open up a massage parlor recently, but due to her previous convictions of being engaging in sex work, her license was denied for a massage parlor because the authorities took one look at it and they said, what are you going to be massaging, Lee? What are you going to be massaging? So they said denied, right? Now, the 3 of them are at Starbucks and they get straight to the point. They're showing him the videos with Sunny. One of them is like him taking off his pants, taking off his undergarments. Out comes his hardware. Surprise.
What does he look like? He's older, right?
Charles?
Yeah, Charles.
Oh, he looks like a man that would be part of your parents' church congregation. He looks like an ajashi. He's middle-aged. He looks like a dad.
Oh, okay. How old is he? Is he old? Like you
Like
say he's
50s.
like 50s.
Yes.
Okay.
But he definitely he's not Mark Zuckerberg. He's not fucking Telegram CEO Giga Chad. He definitely looks like a dad.
Okay.
Like he looks like he looks like Warren Buffett when he was 50, but like Chinese. You know what I mean? He's not going down that route.
Okay.
He's going down the other route.
Okay, so he's a dad. He's
he
not
said
a-
relatability is my
Okay.
marketing.
He's not a daddy.
He's not a daddy.
Okay,
Yeah. He's not a daddy. So, yeah. Now, here's the problem. As we mentioned before, Charles does have a very positive image in China, at least. I'm sure everyone in America is like, what the fork, bro? What is a COVID tycoon that's dystopian? But everyone in China is like, you know what? He's a billionaire and he is from the village. It's a come up story, rags to riches, and he donates a lot of money. Maybe we'll eat him second to last. We're going to eat Wanda Group first. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like that. He's got a very clean image considering, because he's in like the medical industry and people think, okay, he seems nice. And not to mention, because he's in the medical industry in China, that's very big. You cannot just be boinking around with people. When you're in the medical industry, people expect you to be a good person. Which is so ironic because people in the medical industry, like the CEOs and the billionaires, usually not good people. But he needs solid reputation to have good relationships with investors, but also patience so that people trust his medical devices, such as his COVID kits. So he knows exactly how much reputation means to him. And this could be his downfall, especially for a Chinese billionaire. So on the spot, the Nevada couple say, 200 million and we'll make the video go away. 200 million USD.
Wow.
Do you know that in the entire world, there are only about 20,000 people who have that kind of money?
20,000 people?
That's it. And Charles says, yeah, I'm not one of them. Okay. I'm a billionaire for sure, but like 1 billion. Okay. And like, I already spent a lot of money. I have a jet. I've got like an $18 million house in LA. Oops. Yeah. So I can't get you $200 million. Like, do you think billionaires just have billions of dollars in cash? I don't have that kind of money. There's no way I can get you that money without people finding out about this. Which would defeat the purpose of me giving you that money. He's like, this is ridiculous. This is laughable. You think you're in a James Bond movie? Think again, bitch. How about 20 million? He said, that seems more reasonable, does it not? Yeah? So that day, Charles wires them $600,000. And he said, I'm going to get you the rest of the $20 million when I can get you the $20 million, but I got to jump through hoops because this is an investment group. Like my money is vested. I am hedging my money. I'm funding my money. I don't know. He's giving them financial excuses that I'd be like, you know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. His money is moneying. So he needs to pause the moneying to extract the money and give me the money. Right? It makes sense. The Nevada couple are like, yeah, okay, sounds good. They go back to Nevada. And Charles is sitting there and he's pacing around his room and he's like, you know, here's the thing about extortion and blackmail. Who's to say they're not going to come back? Who's to say after blowing through $20 million, they're going to be like, hey, we need another 20. Hey, remember 200 million? We want that number again. And that would be a big deal because it would impact his business, but it would also ruin his 30-year loving marriage with his wife.
Of course.
He later tells the court, I wanted to protect my reputation as a businessman. I have a reputation, but as a private individual, I also have a reputation. Once the video would be exposed, my family would be absolutely ruined. I don't feel sympathy for you, sir. I get it. Extortion is a crime, but I feel no sympathy. Thoughts and prayers to you, Charles. Okay, so then for the several next few weeks, he tells the couple from Nevada, I'm getting you the 20 million. My money is moneying. But then he starts hiring these lawyers and private investigators, and they start slowly gathering evidence. And he would meet up with the Nevada couple to discuss the issue, and he would secretly record all their conversations. So his plan was to gather enough evidence and file a lawsuit against them for extortion and blackmail. Now, alongside this, Charles informed the sheriff, the deputies are working on it, and they ambushed the couple in the middle of 2023, May 2023, and they arrest them. They get arrested in Arcadia, California, near Los Angeles. They get taken into custody, and the police don't immediately arrest Sunny, but it's pretty clear where they got that video. It's pretty clear that Sunny is the one that sent them and all of that. So Sunny ends up just turning herself in. Now, instead of admitting to their crimes and saying, you know, it was a brazen extortion attempt, I don't know what I was thinking. I had a lapse of judgment. I don't even know who that was. They start coming up with some bizarre ass stories. Sunny was like, this whole thing is so silly. It's just so foolish. Like, we were just hee-hee-ha-haing and then, you know what I mean? But honestly, Charles is at fault because he lured me out from New York. I moved from New York to California. I relocated to do PR work. But he never really gave me much PR work. He gave me a fat salary. He gave me a townhome and we boinked. But I just feel like it's his fault. Yeah. Now, as for the couple, the Nevada couple, their arguments are even weirder. They say, oh, we're not working with Sunny. We're working with Charles. The police are like, the guy that set up a whole sting operation, like he's part of the FBI. He had PIs on your ass. He hired attorneys. He hired the sheriff's office. He was wired up to catch you in the act of extortion and blackmail. You're working for him? They say, you want the proof? Listen to those recordings. What do I call him? I call him boss. Because I'm working for him.
Because they say, hey, boss,
Yeah.
pay us $20 million.
Yeah. Hey, big boss.
Hey, big boss.
I know you got that 20 mil. I know you got it set aside for incidents like this. Come on. It's all about the bottom line, boss. Big boss. They say, no. We meant boss as in you are my boss. I am the employee.
That's crazy.
You are the employer. And all of the interactions we were having with Sunny, we were acting on Charles's behalf, trying to see how we can make Sunny go away. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? In addition to that, you know, there was a point in the conversation, if you listen to the recordings, we say, hey, big boss, why don't you give us some shares of your company? If we go and sell your COVID test to hotels and casino chains in Las Vegas, we get some equity in your company? And he said, let me think about it. Because, you know, he's recording them and he wants them to open up. And they said, no.
So they're like blackmailing her as well as harassing a job.
Like threatening to get a job. Yes.
Wow.
They said, am I going to get this job? Well, I have a gun. Okay. That's literally their argument here. They say, no. We were actually working for Charles. Nobody is believing this. And ultimately, that's where we're at. That's all we know. So at this point, we're just trying to figure out what's going to happen. Their whole legal proceedings are ongoing because, so briefly, a lot of Chinese netizens actually do feel bad for Charles. Some feel bad for his wife, saying that he's married, but they also feel bad for him, saying, you know, there's a lapse in judgment. He's still a good guy. He donates so much money. Should his life really be ruined by these goofy people out in Nevada and California?
But his life is not ruined.
Yeah, it's not ruined. And most people say, no, this guy's life could potentially should be ruined because if you really go through some of the trial documents, Charles admitted that over the years he engaged in sexual relations with another manager. So regardless of Sunny illegally recording, which is illegal, not okay, right? Blackmailing, not okay. I don't condone. But he's also here boinking managers, boinking employees. Yeah. And it seems to be a pattern. Like that's very dangerous. Sunny then has filed another lawsuit against Charles, stating that he was soliciting for sex work and he R-worded her. Some people are questioning her and her experience getting R-worded. I don't want to question it. Some netizens are just saying like it feels like it might muddy the waters for other victims because technically she recorded it and like set up the camera and it was like a whole thing, you know? So people are like, how can you say you were R-worded when you set up the camera and then you blackmailed him? Yeah. Because if an R-word was caught on the camera, that'd be a very different method. Yeah. Like that would be a big point of conversation. Yeah. But I mean, technically with the power imbalance, I think she could say that she was pressured and she couldn't say no. So I do see that point, but it's just been very messy. I will say that I think Charles is going to reap what he sows. He has been dealing with issues with his business after this. So this is like the cookie that crumbles it all. He sues them for extortion and blackmail. They countersue him. And now more people are like, wait, y'all are suing Charles, the COVID tycoon? I'm going to sue him too. So one business partner sues him because he promised this business partner 50% of the company's shares until the company blew up and made bajillions of dollars. Then he said, never mind, I'm not going to give you 50% of bajillions of dollars. That's crazy. You're out of your mind. So now he's getting sued for that. He also does not have a good reputation in the United States. He started selling his COVID tests in the height of COVID in the US, but he was not FDA authorized, which means consumers were actually asked to throw away all the tests.
Whoa.
And now any future tests are being denied entry into the US by his company, as well as the UK. They don't want his test. He's also being accused by his business partners of being a con man. They say alleging that he had little to show for his past work before Innova, which is the COVID test company. Yet they claim he's a high-end con artist. And they allege that he misused over $1 billion in assets for personal indulgences, including luxury items like private jets that are worth $70 million, an $18 million mansion in Los Angeles, and homes for all his mistresses. Yeah.
Dang.
They also say that he's way more concerned about being an overnight billionaire rather than helping people. He's in the medical field, but he really doesn't give a shit about people. He always talks about having documentaries made about him, of him being an overnight billionaire. It seems like even his charity is done to boost his image and so he can pat himself on the back.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the story of what's been going on with Charles, the COVID tycoon, and the random I had no idea the two would ever get connected. You would never even imagine the two have any sort of relations to each other.
I mean, I feel like the COVID tycoon
Is already enough.
Yeah, it's
Like-
such a imagine getting coined that.
Yeah.
Imagine.
It seems like he proudly is like, yeah, I'm the COVID tycoon. While everybody was out there dying, I made billions of dollars and I bought a jet.
Yeah.
So I think Charles is a very questionable person. I don't feel sympathy for him at all that he was extorted and blackmailed. Do I condone extortion and blackmail? No. But regular people also face extortion and blackmail, and they don't cheat on their wives. They don't sleep with a bunch of managers that they hire with a power dynamic that is not okay. And they also don't make $1 billion off of COVID. So I feel like I have limited sympathy for this man, but also Sunny. I'm confused on how to feel about her. Some people think that, you know what, get the bag, sis. Some people think it is scary going up against billionaires. Other people are mad at her because they doubt her new lawsuit of R word, and they're upset that she's bringing such crazy crimes into this story of, like, they both knew what they were getting into. But then other people are saying, no, we should not doubt her story because we don't know. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I will keep you updated, but thankfully, I don't think her physical life is in danger, ? But clearly she was in distress. What are your thoughts on this? Did you think it was going to happen this way? What were your thoughts on the sequence of events? Let me know in the comments. Stay safe, delete me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.